So Scott Lagasse Jr. never been to Lime Rock Park, and you're used to the ovals. Tell us about your race from your point of view.
It was good. It was solid. It was what we needed. After last week, we just needed to finish. Get some gremlins worked out, and cool racetrack. It's a lot of fun. I like the difficulty and the ability to move things around if your car's not working, and that's kind of fun when you short track race per se. You don't always have to have the best car to figure it out. In our case, I think we had a really good race car. I just had a little issue with the power steering late, and it cost us. So definitely proud of my guys. I brought 3 cars this weekend on a short crew, and I think they're ready for a nap.
How hard is it to run this tight of a track without power steering and those things?
When you lose it the first time going up the hill and you're pointing at the guard shack, it's a little bit interesting. Apparently I was pretty funny on the radio after that, but no, it was fine. It wasn't, it was short. It was just the end of the race, so it wasn't a big deal. And there is time to relax a little bit for a second, so not too bad.
Nice. Dillon Machavern, you started the weekend off pretty sick. It's your birthday weekend, and you're back at Lime Rock Park. Tell us about your race.
Yeah, it was a challenging weekend. I've been fighting the flu all weekend, so I've just been trying to get my little naps in here and there. It's a challenging track too. You don't have a whole lot of time to rest, like Scott said, but we did roll off the truck really well. Stevens Miller guys did an awesome job preparing for this weekend. First time back at Lime Rock in a long time, so the setup was completely different with those new Pirelli tires, but the Liqui Moly 77 was fast as always. Qualified well, and unfortunately we didn't get that extra spot, but the car was a little tight at the beginning, and started burning off fuel. The car got a little better, and that's when I really started working Thomas's mirrors, trying to make him have a mistake. But guy's pretty good, man, I'll tell you. He held strong and made that car wide, so hats off to him. He did a really good job, because I've been there before, and it's probably the most difficult thing to do in racing, lead a race lap, first lap to last lap like that, and have somebody in your mirrors the whole time. So yeah, really awesome weekend, good points for the boys, and looking forward to Detroit next week.
Nice. Thomas, you had to work hard to get here. Explain to everybody what all you had to do in a car that you're really not used to come to Lime Rock Park.
Well, fortunately, our last race at Laguna Seca went really, really well, and it got some buzz going for us, and we were able to put this deal together with Mike Hope Race Cars and Skip Harbor. And it was normally a last-minute deal is you throw it together and you hope for the best, but I knew with the team that I had, I could hope for the very best, and that's what we got. The car was strong from start to finish. And these 2 guys kept me honest. Normally when you get a caution late in the race, it's a chance to get a breather and relax a little bit. I saw how close these guys were and how fast they were. It was freaking me out a little bit, actually, because these guys were really on it, and Dillon's moves were working. So all I could do is keep the car pointed straight and bring it to the finish. But the Mike Cope boys did a great job putting that thing together. It was rock solid from start to finish.
Well, Trans Am is all about the fans, so let's hear from you guys. What questions do you guys have for these guys?
Would the outcome have been any different if there was 5 additional laps to the race today?
That's a really good question. I think there's a really good chance of that. Yeah.
I say yes.
Yes.
Dillon would have got pissed off more.
Yeah, it's hard to be patient when you're stuck behind somebody for that long, but like I said, Thomas did a good job, but you never know with traffic here. Lime Rock's so tight, traffic plays a big part of it, and there were a couple times I had good chances because of traffic, especially when Thomas caught the 82 coming down the hill a couple laps ago. I had a good run into one, so you really never know.
Great question. I'm stealing that question next time. Anybody else?
Yeah.
I have it.
What's it like going up the uphill and have the wheels come off the ground?
It's a great feeling. Landing can sometimes not be a great feeling. Flying through the air is pretty cool. It's one of my favorite parts about racing here.
Anybody else have a good feeling about that, the uphill? Because I got some great footage of it.
I was jealous of Scott, actually. I think he got the high price for airtime. He looked pretty good coming up there.
Practice for trophy truck racing.
Contingency for that? Do we have anything like that? Maybe next year we'll do like a chalk line. This is Scott Lagasse Jr. You got to beat it.
Maybe why the rear end's broke.
We got a question right here.
Yes, sir.
Do you think the late race caution had to affect the end of the race somehow?
Oh, absolutely. I felt like I built a pretty good gap, and we found a nice little rhythm there. And fortunately, traffic was working in my favor. I actually got lucky with that. So sometimes you get a little luck, and it helps you win a race. When the caution came out, it took my advantage back to 0 again, and it gave Dillon a really good chance to fill my mirrors and make me earn it. So really, from the caution to the checkered flag, it was anybody's race. I think he and I were dead even.
Yeah, like Thomas said, before that caution, he worked traffic a little bit better, and we were kind of trading lap times. One lap he was a little better, the next lap I was, but there was no way I was going to close that gap. He really had a pretty healthy lead there, which probably made him feel pretty good. And seeing that caution flag fly is probably the worst thing that could have happened to him, because it really does equal everything out. And that also gave me a lot of energy, you know, to just go out and get after it, especially Scott breathing down my neck too, so that made it for a pretty exciting show.
Did the second and third place finishers know that you were going to do a burnout, just coming out of the S's?
Good question. I thought the race was still going. Uh-oh.
Yeah, I tell you what, I was unbuckling already, kind of loosening my straps, relaxing. I looked up and saw that car sideways. Good thing it's bright yellow.
Yeah, that was a long race. There was a little bit of energy release there in turn 3.
Yeah, you need to notify everybody before you did that, because even people at the podium thought the race was still going, so they're like,
Oh,
we
really?
lost it.
That's what I thought. Like, oh my God, you just lost it.
Okay, guys, well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.